Top of the morning to you laddies, my name is the Rental Man Buck. We're just finishing up watering the flowers here at the house before we head off to work. Today's another busy one. We got ourselves an actual project. We are going to be building a small park with pretty much we're going to be laying down some sand. We're also going to be putting up a new play set for the community play place. We got a little deal from Rainbow swing set equipment, but they gave us a big deal on more of a public town size play set. We're going to start up by taking the F-150 to the shop. We're going to need to get our OBS out because we got to pick up the sand. And yes, I do know we got to make sure our door closes because we don't want anybody stealing anything. But yes, I do know from the thumbnail, the poll that you guys voted on that morning, it was 61% to pretty much 15 and 5% to all the other different skid steer brands. Well, we encountered an issue when I was going to try and record. The Deere, because I was going to get it with the tires, I was going to get it with tracks. I wanted to get it with tracks. And it did not fit on my load trail trailer. Now, that's not necessarily a problem because I have the dump bed truck. I have the dump bed trailer, which is wide enough to fit it. But another guy a couple people pointed this out. A lot of people use Deere, Kubota, and Deere, Kubota, as well as Bobcat in a lot of different videos. Now, not necessarily maybe the people that you guys watch, but just in mind, that's kind of how it works. A lot of people use the big common brands. I'm going to change it up, and we're going to use JCB. We have to go pick up our new JCB, which is going to be I don't even remember what the number is on it, but it is a tracked version. I made the roll cage piece, like the forestry stuff, an option because I really didn't want those on there. Greater visibility, and plus it's got the one arm and side entry. It's safer. But Tim's already here. We opened up at 7. A little bit more of an intro. So to you guys who thought I was going to be buying the John Deere, I am sorry, but that can be saved for another video because most likely I'll get another skid steer for either something else, and I'll probably get the Deere for that. I want to change things up. I want to be different in this series. A lot of other people just keep getting the same pieces of equipment and it gets boring. I don't know why I'm backing up the truck because I'm going to be using a completely different one. I mean, same brand, but wrong door. We'll park this up here at the front door, though. We'll hop out and we'll head in. We are going to need the transit van, too, because we also have some park benches that are going to be needed to be used at this park. We don't need that right now, though. We just need the OBS. So we'll get the door open here. We have to go pick up the JCB, which is at, What's-His-Face's rentals down there that we got the rented Bobcat from. We bought the Bobcat bucket because it fit the JCB's front brackets. And plus, it was easier to get something that we've already used and know is good. And plus, we can get the teeth on the Bobcat bucket. The JCB, I haven't found any good pair of worthy teeth on them yet, so we'll stick with Bobcat on that. We'll get this backed up. We'll make sure we don't hit that receiver because I don't want to replace that. We already had to replace enough. Expensive doing this. We'll pull out the Ford here, and I'll show you guys what we did purchase, just so you guys kind of are up to date on that. We'll go in the shop. Let's shut our doors too. Might have to use that Chevy sometime again. He hasn't been used much for the past couple days, but this was the configuration of the Deere we were going to go with. It was the John Deere 333G. It just, I don't know why, but that load trail, when it comes to having the landscape rack on the side, the visuals, it doesn't look like it's going to hit, but when I looked at the collision boxes, it's just too wide. I did take a peek even at the tires. It just didn't fit, so I would either have had to edit this out to fit that trailer or edit out the truck. It just didn't work. So the one that we did get, though, was this JCB 325T. We did not go with the 260 with the small tires. We went with this one, the bigger one. And we did not get the cage because I really did not want the cage. Plus, it looks cleaner. And it's a lot. So it does not suffer from the skid steer issue like the Kubota does when I try to load it onto a trailer. But that's what we got, and we also kept the Bobcat bucket as well as the... We also picked up one of those skid steer attacher adapters for the trailers so we can pull this trailer out as well as our bowl behind. I'll show you guys all once we get to the realtor for the skid steer. It's just going to be a busy day, so I hope you all enjoy, and I will see you once we get to the place. And here we are, rolling up to the dealer. Make a right-hand turn here. I think, oh, it's Williams Rentals. That's what it was. Okay, we're good now. So we'll wrap this thing around. We'll get our ramps lowered down. And let's actually, let's keep the ramps up for a second just so we can kind of investigate what we got here. So we do have the Bobcat bucket from last time. It still has our grading end on it because we're going to need to clear off some land area. And this is the skid steer attach plate. It's literally just an adapter so that way we can move around the trailers with these. We got a little step so that way, well, this one doesn't really affect us because we have the side entry skid steer, but that would be to step into the cab if need be. And then it's a welded on receiver bracket with the pencil hitch on it. So really nice, really easy setup to do. Let's first off start off by getting in our new JCB. Look at all that visibility. I know, again, people are going to be kind of disappointed that I went with a completely different brand than what the polls said, but I think this is going to be a very, I think this is going to be a really nice, actually, let's load up that first, because the bucket from last time, we have to set the bucket over the top of those bed rails. But I think this is going to be a really nice addition to the fleet. It'll help us do a lot more projects. It'll open up a variety of different things that we can do. And I'll catch you guys once we get all this stuff loaded, because who knows what else is going to go on. And we'll just back it on just like we did with the Bobcat, and make sure we get the bucket up enough. There we go. Bend that up, bend that, oh, never mind. Gotta back that up just a little bit. There we go. And that should be enough to clear the gates once they come up. I don't believe they'll open up all the way. Close up all the way, I mean. Yep, we're good. So we'll just make sure we get all this stuff strapped down to make sure that's all nice and tight. Up. There we go. And let's make our way back to the shop. Actually, no, let's go pick up our sand. So the town also has a resource depot where they can do all the salt, pretty much to help with the maintenance of town, like gravel roads. They got gravel down there. They also got some sand. We're going to go pick up some sand, so that way we can dump the sand on the ground for the park once we get down to playset, so that way we can make sure that all the people have a nice, even playing field, as well as just miniature rocks to get caught in their shoes that are literally the devil. Because that's just what sand is. But we will get all of that set up, and once we get into the depot, I'll catch you guys once again. We're just now getting a little bit closer to the depot. And I gotta tell you, I think I have used this trailer for more things in like the past week and a half than any of the equipment in this game. Like literally, I'm not even joking. But here we go. That's the sand that we ordered. They said that they'd leave it out in that little shed for us. Once again, we already got everything settled up. We just need to get our JCB unloaded and put all of the sand in the back end of the truck, and then we will head over to the area of the park construction. that was the last load. What we're going to do here is we're going to load up the skid steer. Once again, we got to load it on backwards here just because of stupidity. And, of course, I'm going to be stuck on the rail again. We'll back this on. Maybe. Yes. Okay. So we got it backed on here. Now all we're going to do is... We're going to back... Can we get this any further back? Yes. Okay. Now that's all on. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to the landscape shop. We got our sand now. And we're going to go get the van. And then we're actually going to take this. There's nobody coming on this morning. So we're going to take the van to go get the new benches. And then we're going to go and get the truck, this truck again. And we'll bring it to the construction site where we will have a... They already said they prepped the ground for us when it comes to the dirt. So we have an idea of where the park's going to be. We will then place down that said park / build it. And then we'll just start filling in the sand around it and place our 2 benches once we're done. That way we can have a place for the kids to play and a place for the parents to sit. So once we get all this messed up situation figured out, we'll get right back to you. And here we are. So these are our 2 little park benches that we have. We're going to put these in the back half of the van. We'll load them up. They're not too heavy, so we'll be able to, in other words, put them in the back ourselves. We're going to put, and these are not strappable. I forgot to do that, but we'll load these in one by one. Put them in right here. Make sure that goes in. Good, there's one. I'll grab the second one here. Whoop. And there is number 2. So there's our 2 benches. We'll make sure those are all strapped in nice and tight once we get that door shut. Sweet. And man, those 2 things fit like a glove back there. So let me just make sure if they're actually... Are they strappable? No, they're not. Shoot. Well, either way, we're going to make our way back. And I think what we're going to do is we'll park this at the construction site. It's not too far from the house. It's not too far from the shop, so this will already be ready to go. Plus, you guys will be able to see the groundwork that's ready to be laid when it comes to the park itself. And then we will get right into the construction of the park. Just now rolling into the old residential part of town. This is the old church. They kind of wanted us to build the park onto the right side of that, but there actually was already a really, really, really nice patch of land that was right in town over here. I think it's just okay, it's just past the blue house that we actually did some landscape work for a while ago. So these guys right here, it's this area right here. We're probably going to need to mow this because now that it is part of the town, they're probably going to hire us to do that stuff. Nice little entranceway here. I mean, we'll leave the van on. Nice little entranceway here. This will just kind of be like a community area. We'll probably put the benches in here maybe, and then this will all be covered in sand with the playground right there in the middle. So let's get to it. Let's actually unload these first, and we'll back them in, and we'll get our benches unloaded. Pull this out one by one here. Sweet. Put this one here. Whoop. Beautiful. They'll probably place some. They'll probably have us place some landscape scenery around here, but that might be towards the end of the episode. We'll just kind of finish that off there quick. But place that one right there. Probably could get another one and set it right in here, but those 2 benches will do fine. I think that looks a nice little centerpiece area. Beautiful. Well, let's close the van doors. Let's get back to the shop, and we'll get the sand for everything else loaded here. But I think they said that Playground's going to come in here and put in that park quick. So that way they have a decent area to do that. So by the time we get back with the truck, they'll already have that place set up. Let's get ourselves a nice cup of water here. Ooh. Hey, Tim, did you happen to eat my burrito for lunch? No? Someone stole it. Oh, whatever. Okay, so it's been about an hour and 45-ish minutes. We were at the van back. Rainbow said they got all the stuff done for us. We'll close that door just so we have... we can leave it open. Tim can close it if he wants to. It's not too big of a draft today, but we'll get ourselves the JCB out. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll leave the skid steer plate on there. We'll get that once we get back. But let's fire up the Ford, and let's get a move on, because I want to get this part done as soon as possible. I mean, we got a lot of area to cover, and a lot of time to technically do it, but just for the sake of the video, we got no time to do it. We'll get in here, take our left down the main road. They do have some older equipment that one of the local woodsmith in here in town, he likes to create some stuff, so they brought in some of his. I think they said they brought in a swing set and a teeter-totter from him. They're literally just made out of a bunch of logs, some old twigs, and a nice 2x4 across for a seat. But Rainbow said they did bring in their nice big play set. Holy cow, that thing is big, and that thing is beautiful. Wow. Look at that. Woo! That is nice. Well, let's get let's get this all settled up. We'll probably park this alongside the road here. Let's take a little bit of a tour though before we even get started on this project. So, this was an in-game. I've got this model on, I believe, GrabCAD. I like to find random things and try to make them into stuff. I don't think I set a collision mask on any of this stuff yet, which I can, so it's going to kind of help. So getting under here is going to be a little bit easier, so you guys are going to notice a little bit of unrealistic, but all this stuff will technically be, in other words, climb-onable, but it's a nice, big open play set that you don't see a lot in Farm Sim. Here's a little teeter-totter. I really wish this thing could be usable. That'd be kind of fun. Get on it and just go up and down. Here's our swing set, though. Really nice stuff, but let's get our JCB unloaded, and then we'll disconnect the trailer from the truck, and then we'll just start unloading some sand.
Six and a half hours later.
So as you all can see, we are going to need to get a lot more loads of sand. I'll catch you guys once we get this entire park done, because this probably will be about an hour-ish or so project to get all this to be covered in sand. So I'll catch you all once we get this place done. This is actually really fun. I didn't realize I'd have this much fun building a park. So we're mainly just finishing up right now on the last parts of this. We might have to go get one more small truckload of sand. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we're getting really close here. I'm just trying to spread out this sand as much as I can. It took about 7 truckloads worth to do all of this. We're putting down more than we need at the moment, just so that way, I mean, it's better to have more right now than not enough. See if we can't spread some of this out towards the side. I think if we run the dump truck over it, we might be able to get a little bit more, like, spread out. I know that's going to widen out the sides if I ride along the side. We did happen to go and pick up 3 more benches. So, one of them is going to be sitting here. We'll just move one of these. Oh, we'll drop it first. We're going to put one of these over here by the teeter-totter. Kind of like right there. And we'll set another one over on the other side, kind of by the swing set. So that way we kind of have an all-around, like, lookout point, in other words. We'll set that there. But this park's coming together nicely. I mean, it's already gotten a lot of... We already got majority of the sand around these parts. Like, I mean, down in here, I mean, who's going to really care if there's, like, some sand missing in some spots? It's all covered up. It's all nice and dandy. The only thing we're going to do is we're going to go grab possibly... I think that'll actually do it. We're not going to do any more sand. Well, I guess we'll go get one more truckload just to fill in this spot. So I'll take you guys along for the ride on that one. But then after that, we'll let the other crew go in, and then we'll show you guys the finished product. So why not waste time, and let's go get ourselves the last truckload full of sand. This thing is burning a hole in my pocket by the minute, I can tell you that much. Thank the Lord, some of that stuff that we have at the shop pays for what we do here. I honestly did not see it, but once we were actually at the shop over there, there was a silo they had on the side. I mean, we said that we only needed that much. I didn't realize that they wanted to put down such a thick coat of sand. But apparently they did, so we had to go get a lot of truckloads, and it's only about 330-ish bucks a truckload, but we're gonna get reimbursed for that, so we're doing fine right now. We're at least getting paid hourly stuff from the landscape shop itself, so it's not like we're wasting our money on stuff. This is definitely going to be a longer video, I can tell you that right now, because of the amount of stuff that's being done with it. This did take about an hour and a half to do. I mean, obviously once we found out that the silo was over there, then it became a lot faster, but just the amount of time going into all this setup just to get this park done was insane. I'm trying to watch my speedometer to drive realistically, just so that way I can help with the content. I really want to make this series, as well as the homeowner series, I want to get both of these to be something really, really special for you guys to get up here and watch. So there's our load of sand. I believe this will be our last one, so the last 337 bucks we'll have to tax the city for all this extra. Oh, nope, missed the spot. Not the wrong intersection. Sorry, guys. We'll charge up the city for this. It was, I believe, around 6-7 truckloads, so 330, we'll just say, 340, so 34 times 7. I'll have to do that one in the math on the calculator, but that's what we'll charge the city, so that way at least we're reimbursed our money. And this OBS has been put to work today. I'm dead serious, man. This is the most I've ever done with this kind of equipment. I really, really enjoy doing this kind of content. Now the fact that I know how to get all this stuff in game, like the little benches, make them pick upable and all that stuff, you can make some really cool content with all this stuff. And I really do love this, because this is a fun project. I mean, all the stuff that can be possible with this, the options are just endless. I think what I'm going to probably do is get some more stuff to make, like, bigger parks and other recreation spots, like possibly a public pool and all that stuff. It really depends on how much detail you want to put into that. So what we're going to do is we'll start out by dumping the truck on the ground, and we'll just kind of move our way around here with the skid steer and all the other parts. So get that all raised up, and then just kind of let him dump along the ground. See if we can't spread it out ourselves almost. There we go. Bring this along the edge of the park line. We can see if we can't get it over here. Spread it out a little more with the truck. So I want to get this stuff all nice and done perfectly. It's obviously not going to be perfect, but it's going to be as close as I can get it, I'll tell you that much. There we go. There we go. Squish that stuff around there. There we go. Alright. Well, let's let the JCB do the rest of the work. We'll get this hooked up to the trailer, and I'll let you guys all see the finished product once we're done. And there we go. The park's done. Well, at least this part of it is, so what we'll do is we'll load this back on the trailer, and then we'll get some of the landscaping crew in here, put down some nice detail stuff, put down some trees, possibly some bushes, and all that nice stuff. So we're gonna get this, at least like some parts of this sand that are a little high, like high spots, we'll get these cleared off quick, and we'll show you guys that finished product. And there we go. Just let the landscaping crew, well, some of them, I just got an extra hand there from TSC, as well as the local tree nursery, and just the magic of camera and farming sim and how it works. We have gotten the park done. So, I hereby present to you all the brand new city public park of whatever town you want to call it. This is a beautiful little spot. We did get all the flowers planted. We brought these in from Earl May. It's a nice little, pretty much home and garden center for store from around me. We do have the little cookout spots, so you guys can either have either a little campfire or grill, whatever you want to call it, at night. Big open sand, big open area for sand, as well as just teeter-totter, the Nard Destroyer, a big play set with a bunch of different slides, ropes, and other things to break your legs on and go scream to mommy, but all just trees and just a big open park. Has a nice swing set, and that's pretty much the park. This was, I really like this project. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. It's a park. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Be sure to check out the Boomstick Club to get all the up-to-date content from me and the gang. You all know who's in it. And that's going to do it for this episode, guys. There's more landscaping content to come. Most likely the next video, though, will either be a homeowners or a 90s. Because, as you guys saw in Grant's latest video, it was the three-wheeler that was kind of our send-off to the 80s series. We're going to move into the 90s. I will most likely be doing something else. Probably either just grass farming, doing some bales, or who knows. Might change that up, but more to come with all these different series. I'll probably be doing some more like this kind of stuff, so hope you guys all enjoyed this one. Be sure to smash that like button. Drop a subscribe if you haven't. We did get the lawn mowed as well. That wasn't us because we were helping out with all the other stuff. But until next time, I'll see you guys all later. We'll be taking this JCB back to the shop, getting everything else parked up. But until next time, I'll see you all later. This is the Rental Man out. Peace.